So earlier this year, I did a video about getting rid of 99% of our toys. And by far the most common question that came out of it was, but what do you do about gifts? And I responded to that question in this video where I talked about a bunch of different options for continuing to recognize special occasions like Christmas and birthdays, but doing so in a way that still keeps toys minimal. And down the road, we're definitely gonna buy toys again for our kids. They're gonna age out of some of the toys that they already have. Their interests are gonna evolve, but that didn't seem necessary this year. So today I'm gonna share a bunch of creative toy ideas that do not add to the toy clutter in your house. What I love about minimalism is that it has really helped my husband and I to get clear about what our values are as a family, to funnel our energy towards those things, and the way that we do gifts is a reflection of that. So we do 4 gifts across 4 categories. My husband and I typically give 2 of those gifts, then 1 is from Santa, and then 1 is from one set of grandparents. My mom gave one of the gifts last year, and my husband's parents, my in-laws, are giving some of the gifts this year. And then the kids will get another gift from their uncle, and this year 1 from Granny and Poppy. So it typically works out to about 6 gifts each. As I mentioned, we do 4 categories. The first is head, 1 gift to stimulate the intellect, then heart, 1 gift to encourage interests, hands, 1 gift to engage exploration, and home, 1 gift to elevate family togetherness. If you're interested in learning more about that, I will link to my holiday planner down in the description below. And let's go ahead and start off with the gifts that fall into the category of head. So we started homeschooling this fall, and the primary thing that we're focusing on is a nature study. And one of the things I noticed with our nature outings and such is that we didn't really have a good place for the kids to put all of the nature bits and bobs that they were collecting. And particularly when you get things that are a little bit fragile, you don't want to just throw them into a bag where they might get crunched up. And so I went to the company, the website Bella Luna, and I got this little Bulga basket. And you can see it has a nice flat bottom. So it's nice and wide. It's really light and has this great little leather handle, so it'll be comfortable and easy for little ones to carry. I'm sure I'll end up carrying it a lot. They both got one of these baskets. They are handmade, really beautifully done, and they come from the country of Ghana, and they even come with a little card with a picture of the person who made them. So I think that is a nice little touch, and I'm excited to give both of the kids this to aid in their ongoing explorations. All right, the next category is heart, which focuses on gifts that encourage their interests. So for my daughter, she's 4 years old, and recently she started asking me for a suitcase, and very specifically a mermaid suitcase. She loves mermaids. Oh. She also asked for a mermaid doll, but that one I wanted to let her uncle get so that he can be like the real hero. So I found this on the Pottery Barn Kids. I think it was the Pottery Barn Kids website. It's just got all of these really beautiful illustrations of mermaids on here. And what I liked about it was that it wasn't like, bam, like big gaudy mermaid right on the front, because I would like her to be able to age into it a little bit more. And because it's a little bit more of a subtle pattern, I think she will still appreciate it because she can see it up close, but as she gets older, we'll still be able to use it and still appreciate it when she's at the very least a preteen. We'll see, maybe she'll change her mind, but it's pretty nice, pretty good construction. And this gift is actually going to be a gift that's coming directly from her grandparents. So for my son, I went a really practical route with him in preparation for the winter season and snow. I wanted him to have a really good, comfortable, and warm pair of snow boots. What I noticed last year, and granted, like, he was fairly young, he was just a little bit past 1, I guess maybe 18 months when we were having our winter snows, but he wouldn't stay outside for very long. So I just don't think the boots that we had were warm enough. I really love this company, 10 Little. I think they're really thoughtful about the designs of their shoes, both for growing feet and for ease and getting the shoes on and off. And I think they did the same thing with the design of these snow boots. So here's the little snow boot. Obviously it's waterproof, it's got great treads, it goes up really high on the leg, which I'm excited about that. And I loved how big and wide the opening was in order to help ease the process of getting them into their snow boats when they've got their thick socks on and, snow pants to go over top of it. So really excited about these. And in order to add a little bit of fun to this gift, although admittedly at this stage, I would say my son would be more than happy just to receive these. But in order to add a little bit of fun to it, especially since this gift is coming from Grammy and Papa, I want them to feel like, it's fun. We picked out a sled for him as well. We already have 1 sled, which my daughter's been using, but I think this is probably going to be the first year that he's excited to do it as well. So then they can do that side by side. The next category is hands, and one of the things that the kids and I have been doing a lot of is watercolor. It's connected to our nature study. It's a big part of our weekly activities, and when I was on the Bella Luna website, I saw that they had all of these really nice, high-quality watercolor materials, and so I thought like that would be a nice treat to get something that's a little bit, nicer than the cheap ones I get from Walmart. So for Theo, I picked out this watercolor pad, and it's just got all these fun, beautiful illustrations of animals on the front, and that's a big interest for him. He really loves animals. And then I got him a matching watercolor set, which comes with its own brush. But in addition to that, Bella Luna sells these high quality watercolor paint brushes that are specifically designed for smaller hands. So I thought that would be really nice since we're doing it every single week, often every single day. I just thought, let's go ahead and invest in something that's a little bit more quality. And then for Peyton, she also received the paintbrush, but rather than getting her own watercolor set, I decided to level it up since I think she's ready for it and get her this watercolor making craft kit. So it's natural watercolors. It comes with 7 natural pigments and 3 ounces of gum arabic, 7 full pans, and instructions. I thought this would be a really fun activity for she and I to do together. Often during Theo's naps, we are looking for different activities that we can do that maybe he can't regularly participate in. And yeah, we will see. I've never really been one to buy craft kits. I've even said in previous videos that I don't buy craft kits, but it did occur to me that half the reason I wasn't buying craft kits was because I didn't want to get any like arts or crafts activity that my kids needed my help with. I wanted them to be really independent in being able to do it. I didn't want them to think that they couldn't create independently, like without me. Now that Peyton's getting older and actually capable of doing stuff like this, I'm realizing that some of this would be fun. I know it can get a little bit out of hand, but I'm excited about this one. We'll see how it goes. And then for the heart category, my kids love to do baking with me. I am trying to be a little careful about not doing it too much because we end up with too many sweets in the house, and Theo in particular is a sugar hound. But obviously for Christmas it's a special occasion, and so what I've decided to do is to get little ingredients that I can put into their stockings. So the heart category this year is going to end up being their stocking gifts, and so I'm putting together like little baking kits for each of them. So they're each getting a little bottle of vanilla extract. I got a bag of dark chocolate morsels that I can split up between the 2 of them and in their stockings. When we get a little bit closer, I'm going to pick up jars, probably just from the Dollar Tree, and fill those jars with like the flour and the sugar and whatnot for this cookie recipe that we're going to do. We're going to do what we call Steve's favorite oatmeal cookies, which is my husband. My husband is Steve, and the whole family loves the cookies. They're fantastic. I'm also going to put in like some dried cranberries. So we do like dark chocolate and dried cranberries into the oatmeal cookies. So they'll each get these little baking kits. And so then it can be something that we do together either on Christmas Day or, later in the season. I'm not planning to prioritize a lot of baking leading up to Christmas Day. So I think it could be nice to actually do it post-Christmas. And since we've started to get into what's going into the stockings, in addition to the baking things, I got these really fun, just kind of special, they were a little bit more expensive, but just special Play-Dohs for the kids. On the inside, they actually have like multiple colors and they have these cute little impressions. Yeah, so I got 2 of each and I got them in their favorite colors. Peyton loves pink and purple. Those are her favorite colors. And Theo loves blue and orange. Apparently he's modeling his color preferences off of Blippi. Then these are just kind of fun. These are pretty much, I don't know, maybe you all will say that the sled counts as a toy. These are pretty much the only toys that we got the kids this year, which is these little mushroom kaleidoscopes. And we are studying fungi actually this week. So I think this will be kind of a fun follow-up to that. And they are wonderful and adorable, and I'm sure they will end up just tossed aside and on the floor all the time, but whatever, got to do something a little bit fun there. And then the last thing that I got for the stockings, and these are going to end up being an expansion of one of their current toy categories, dress-ups. So I got some more Sarah's Silks. I bought one Sarah's Silk years ago, I think when Peyton was first born, and it's really lovely and we play with it a lot, and I've just been thinking for a long time I should get some more, but I've always felt like, gosh, they're pretty expensive. And so finally I was like, okay, it's time. Like both of my kids are eager for more dress-up clothes, and I like the idea of getting something that's just a little bit flexible and it can be a lot of different things. And the other thing that I will say is when I went to buy these, and they're not always available on the website, but when I went to buy these, they had their seconds category up. And what that means is you can get silks that for whatever reason like don't pass muster to be sold at the full price, and so they sell them at a bit of a discount. Like maybe there's something off with the dye or with the fabric, there's a snag in the fabric or something. So that's what I got, and I got them, I don't know, maybe it was $22 for 5. I thought that was a great deal, and they're fine. Like there's nothing wrong with them. So if you happen to see that, like definitely snag some seconds. So I'm going to use these in the stockings, probably going to wrap up the gifts that are going into the stockings with the Sarah's silks. So that'll be nice. That'll make wrapping a little bit easier this year. So like I said at the beginning, in addition to these gifts, they will get a gift from their uncle. I don't know for sure what he's going to get, but I usually give him some recommendations just based on the interests that I am aware of. I typically want him to get to do the fun gifts because like he's the uncle, he should get to do the fun gifts. And then from Granny and Poppy, they are going to get them this gift. It's a little safe saw that kids can use to cut through cardboard and just sort of help aid them in their play with cardboard. And I thought that was such a great idea. Like my kids play with cardboard and cardboard boxes all the time, but typically they're kind of limited to what they can draw on the board because they can't handle like heavy duty scissors and knives to like actually cut through it. And I don't know, you may have seen this thing before. I had never heard of it. My sister knew about it and she told my mom. And then I was watching the Minimal Moms gift video recently, and she also is giving it to some family members. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I think it offers some really fun tools to aid kids in just being creative with repurposing things around the house, and that's something that I'm really trying to encourage more and more. One of the things I learned from the video about getting rid of all the toys, I had a handful of people comment and say that their kids just never had toys. They gave them cardboard boxes, they would make toys together, and they were just gushing about their experience with it as parents and how creative their kids were. And so it just got me thinking like that's something I really want to prioritize more, is like helping them and aiding them in creating their own things. We've been doing a lot of paper dolls with Peyton lately. Her grandma and I will help cut them out, and then she'll color them, and then she'll play with them for a few days. And then, you know, she loses interest and we recycle them, and, you know, we make more paper dolls when she's ready. And so that's just an area that I'm interested in exploring more. So I hope you got some value out of this video today. If you are still feeling a little nervous about going in a direction that doesn't involve heaps of toys for your kids, then go ahead and check out my video, The 30-Minute Method to Ditch 99% of the Toys. I think it will give you that encouragement you need to start thinking about a different direction to go. All right, I hope you're getting excited for the holidays and Christmas, and until next time.